Hello everyone, it's Pink Eye the Glitch here, and as some of you may have noticed, there was a particular question which I didn't answer in my question and answers video, which was, do you think that the spoon is a lie? Now, the reason that I didn't answer this question was because I thought it was a question that deserved its own video for me to explain it, so that's why I didn't answer it. And it was either that or I just forgot to put it in there, which is what really happened. I'm sorry. I bet many of you are shocked that I'm not perfect either, but the truth has got to come out sometimes, so here you go. I'm not perfect either. Sorry about that. So first of all, taking a look at the question itself, first we see how this question is worded. First off, it starts with, do you think, which implies that this question has no real right or wrong answer, but is simply designed to make a point or provoke thought or ask what I think. In addition, the question resembles a reference from Portal, where one of the characters says that the cake is a lie. In Portal, GLaDOS tries to lure the main character into a trap with cake as a bait, but the player quickly realizes that they have been lied to, and that there really is no cake waiting for them at the finish line or at the end of the level. So this also implies that the spoon is something which someone might be being bribed with, or possibly being falsely motivated to acquire. Now that obviously begs the question, why would someone try to bribe another person with a spoon? Who would want a spoon so badly that knowing that a spoon is waiting for them at the end of some task would affect their resolve? To answer this question, we have to think about which foods require a spoon to eat. Now many foods come to mind when thinking of foods which seem like they might need a spoon to eat. Among these are soup, cereal, ice cream, rice, and baby food. Now, if you've ever eaten ramen, which is a type of soup, or know anyone who has, or ever seen the show Naruto, then you will know that soup can be eaten with only a pair of chopsticks. Also, cereal can also be eaten dry, so it can be eaten with just your fingers if you don't have any milk. Ice cream is typically eaten with a spoon, but can you also not eat ice cream out of a cone as well? Also, rice can be eaten with a fork or with chopsticks if the rice is sticky, which is obviously the proper way to cook rice if you know what you're doing, so rice doesn't require a spoon to eat. And finally, we have baby food. Since only babies should be eating baby food, and since baby food would be difficult, if not impossible, or even dangerous for a baby to be eating straight from the jar, a spoon really is the only proper way to serve baby food to a baby. Now, this begs the question, what kind of a monster would be trying to bribe a baby with a spoon? Certainly not any smart monster, because babies are mostly unable to do much in general, which the briber could possibly want, and since most babies are not intelligent enough to even be bribed in the first place, trying to bribe a baby would just be pure folly. However, if we switch over to the parent's point of view, the mother might be highly motivated to acquire a spoon to feed her baby, especially if the said baby is starving to death. Now, what kind of person would try to bribe a person by threatening their baby with starvation? And wouldn't it be easier to simply threaten to kill the baby outright if the mother would not do the task instead of waiting for it to starve to death? Now, what kind of person would do such a thing? Perhaps it is a person who doesn't want to kill the baby yet would be perfectly fine with it starving to death, or a person who simply doesn't want to get arrested. Now, who does this description fit? A person who needs a mother or a father to do something for them and is trying to bribe them with a spoon so that they can feed their baby, and who is not okay with killing their baby and yet doesn't mind if it starves to death. That's pretty suspicious if you ask me. And on top of that, we have the question of whether this person would be lying to the mother or father about giving them the spoon, hence making the spoon a lie. So summing up, we have a person who knows a family with a baby who is starving to death, and he wants the parents to do something for him or her, with the baby at stake if they will not obey, and when they complete the task, it turns out that he was actually willing to let the baby starve to begin with. Or she. I'm not sexist here, females can be equally as evil as males. Just want to make sure you all know that. Now, hang on a minute, you might be saying. If the baby is truly starving to death, couldn't the parents just scoop the baby food out of the jar with their fingers and feed it to the baby that way? And to that I answer, yes, they could do that, unless there was no baby food to begin with. See, some spoons can be very valuable, being made of gold and silver, bedazzled with diamonds, you name it. In fact, one way that people used to hide silver from the government back around the 15th century, I believe, was to hide silver inside of spoons, make them incredibly large, incredibly heavy, use as much silver as they can, put as much silver into that spoon so that the government couldn't take it away because they could claim, it's just a spoon, we need this to eat. So perhaps this incident is happening in the 15th century, or perhaps in a dystopian world where the government confiscates people's silver and the only way to hide it is to make it into spoons and use spoons as money instead of silver coins. Which is a pretty interesting idea if you think about it. So, summing up, again, everything that we know already. So the family is starving, they have no food, they have no money to buy it, and they have no way to get money to buy it. So they're willing to take the bribe of this person who presumably has a very expensive spoon, which they can trade to buy more baby food and all the spoons that they will need. But as for whether or not the spoon is a lie is still determined. Now I know that one other popular reference, even more popular than Portal in fact, is The Matrix. And what happens in The Matrix? Spoiler alert, sorry about this. The movie ends with Neo, the main character, fighting a giant living spoon, and when the spoon is about to kill him, he wakes up and realizes that it was all just a dream. There was no spoon. So if the movie is taking place in the Matrix, then yes, the spoon is a lie. However, if the movie takes place in the real world, then there is a possibility that the spoon might not be a lie. Now, we really have no way of proving anything here, and the question does only ask for what I think is the case, so it really all depends on what I want to believe. Now, I would rather believe that the spoon is not a lie, because I would certainly hope that no one would be so deranged as to bribe a mother and father with a starving baby with a spoon and then not give it to them. But at the same time, realistically speaking, a person who would bribe a family in such a dire situation is probably a person who wouldn't mind a child starving to death anyways. So in conclusion, yes, I think that the spoon is most likely a lie, unless we're in the Matrix, in which case the spoon is definitely a lie. But you know what they say, apparently it's healthy for you to be an optimist and to live in this false delusional world where everything's perfect and everything is always right in the end, which is completely contrary to all the evidence that we see around us, by the way. But again, fooling yourself into thinking that the world is better than it is, and constantly being disappointed and having to refool yourself into thinking that it's going to be better next time is apparently, good for you and healthy and all that. So that's what we're going to do here. So perhaps maybe there's a chance that the spoon isn't a lie. And if you want to go out and look for the spoon, that's your business. That's your life. That's how you spend it is your choice. And if you want to continue looking for a spoon that most likely does not exist, but there is a possibility that it might exist, go ahead and look for it. The odds are certainly stacked against you, but if that's your dream, go out and live it. And maybe someday you will find the spoon of your dreams. And if anyone ever tells you, no, don't look for the spoon, no, you'll never find it, no, just tell them that I'm rooting for you. Tell them that you have a supporter in me. So keep on looking for that spoon. Keep on looking for that dream. Even if the dream seems so far away, even if it looks like you'll never find it, keep on looking for it. Because a world where you have found the spoon of your dreams is, let's be honest, going to be a lot better world than a world where you did not find the spoon of your dreams and spent the rest of your life wishing that you had gone looking for it. At least you need to say that you have tried. At least you need to try to find that spoon. And even if there isn't any spoon to begin with, at least you can't say that you didn't look for it, and that you didn't even try to reach that world where you have found the spoon and where everything is awesome. Because in the end, even though the odds may be stacked against us, even though it looks like evil might be prevailing over good, we still have to try. We just can't sit by the side and do nothing. It's been said that evil prevails most when the good people just sit around and don't do anything about it. So keep on looking for that spoon. The very world that we live in might be at stake. My channel is to create a family-friendly and God-honoring channel that's still fun and entertaining for you guys to watch. So that's what my spoon is. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this gameplay, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And as always,